Everybody in the galaxy. Welcome back to planet Earth. Yeah. Where it's Monday. It's Monosynth Monday. You know how I start off my shows. We got episode 9 here. We got a real 303. We got some 303 samples. And I got another really, really old song for you guys. It's from my archives. I'm using this funny little program called Rebirth that we had back in the it was late 90s and the early 2000s. Check this out. This is I guess it's a remix of a song I played on an earlier episode called Digital Bullshit because it's not analog, it's digital. This one's called EC4. That's for Electric City, Volume 4, which that was an album that never came out. I made Electric City Volume 3, and that's the album long time ago. We're talking about like 2003. Oh boy. I swear I'm not a dinosaur. This is EC4 by Archaic. Check it out. What do you think of those really, really old songs? Yeah, I got into music production. Well, I grew up in my dad's recording studio, and I often play some songs by him. Anyways, you can find him on all streaming platforms if you're curious about that. Yeah, we used to make home studio recordings on ADAT, and we'd burn them we would burn them to CDs, but that was after a good solid 10 years of just recording them to cassette tapes and listening to them in the car. Woohoo! Okay, we got a lot of excitement here today. As you just heard, that was Archaic's EC4. That's Electric City. That's using Rebirth. You get 2 303s, an 808 and a 909. But check it out what we have today. Whoa, it's time for the big unveil. We got a real Roland TB-303, and we're going to make that thing scream here in a little bit. But first, I want to talk to you about my sample banks. Last week, I debuted my TB-303 sample bank. You can find the link to that in the description, of course. But we're going to mess around with that a little bit. On the Korg Volca sample, I have got a Korg Volca sample 2 here. I did my homework, and I shouldn't have got rid of that Volca sample version 1 I had, because you can install this special software for it that allows you to play it with a keyboard, which might help with the TB-303 sample bank, if you know what I mean. But that's not going to stop us. I got the Roland sync box. He's the man behind the curtain, the unseen. It's the Roland SBX 10. I got it all synced up. We got some MIDI going in here, and I have you a strange little pattern that I was working on this morning just for ya. Let's hear it. Let's get it Roland. Just kidding, it's Korg. All right, we get it all turned on. Right on. So right here on part number 6, I got one of my nice TB-303 samples. So it's not like a real 303 because, yeah, it's sample based, but I found out some fun tricks so that you can tweak the knobs of your samples. All right, actually we're on part 3 here. You get some freaky. We can go with the spirit of the song I just played you, right? It's a little bit of digital bullshit here, but you gotta have digital. You gotta have analog too. So what I'm doing here is I'm adjusting the start point on the sample. And that makes a cool sound if you have, let's say that your 303 sample has kind of a filter going bow, bow, or wow, wow. This can act as a filter sweep in a strange digital way. Okay, so there is a trick here. Welcome to my studio session. Sometimes we fumble around with machines and we figure out why they're not working. Sometimes we get them to work. So there's this trick. Let me just stop that. So that's the sample start point there. It's kind of cool because if you hear the whole sample, and I got a bunch of things going on here, like an envelope. That is my real 303. So you can do this thing where, let's just solo this out here. Let's solo this pattern. Okay, so that's all playing the same pitch, as you can hear. What you want to do is pull the decay down just a little bit. And that sounds really cool. But there's this other trick. It's kind of tough to do. I just want to show you some of these sample tricks here, because a lot of people do have these Volca samples, and if you don't have if you have a Volca sample 2, you cannot install I think it's called the Pagin software update. It's a third-party software. Check it out. I'm not responsible if you brick your Volca sample 2s. I think it only works, I know it only works on a Volca sample 1. But that allows you to play samples from a keyboard, which would be very handy here. But in this case, you can still change the pitches. You just got to do this funky Vulcan mind meld, Vulcan pinch on here. I do that with my VHS cameras all the time. Okay, so let's get into this pattern here with this 303 sample. And change the pitches. So what you got to do is kind of figure out which pitch you want to change. Let's go do 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 do. Let's see. Do 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 do. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so you unselect it and then you reselect it, and it helps to do this with one hand. So reselect it and you hold function, and if you press Well, then you can change the note of it, but it helps if you have it playing so you can hear it. Let's see. Okay, so here we go. A little sharp. Let's see. You can also tune these a little bit by messing with the envelope. Int. Not sure if that means integer or interval or what it means, but okay, so let's get this back on here. And then you can also change things like sample start point. Make it sound like it has a bit of an accent. Although I'm not sure if that sounds, it's not really working right there. Anyways, let's try to do that with some more of these here. That sounds cool. We're going for that acid house sound, baby. Oh, whoops, you gotta hit the pitch back on. Sweet. Y'all ready for this? A little crunch there. Oh boy, that's hefty. There we go. So, you got to select the pattern you're working with. I think it's this one. You can mess with that sample start point. I put a lot of work into making this TB-303 sample bank for ya. Again, links in the description. And so, of course, I got to find some good ways for you to use it. We got Guinevere in the chat. Hello, dolphin friend. She's talking about Freaky Friday on a Monday. Actually, we got Feedback Friday coming up this Friday. It's going to be episode 1. I'm going to be talking all about VHS, cameras, CRT televisions, everything analog video, because a lot of people want to know how to get freaky analog video effects. Kind of like the effects I have going on right here. Whoa. Yeah, so you're definitely going to want to get liked and get subscribed so you can catch all of my crazy shows. Speaking of crazy shows, we got Tape Tuesday tomorrow. Man, that's going to be episode 4? 3? 4? Oh man, I can't keep track anymore. It might be episode 4. Yeah, I think it is. Anyways, we're making tape loops. I'm showing you all sorts of tricks. We're using the Tascam 414. What do you think? That's some dodgy sampler acid right there. You knew I would come through for you. Let's see what happens if we change the sample on that one pattern. It's got the notes. Let's just select it and... I got some various samples from my TB-303 sample bank on the Volca. All right, so let's see. We got some more samples. Ooh. There's a lot of freaky stuff you can do here. You can even mess with these envelopes and attacks to get some pitch bend kind of sound, some slidey. Whoa. Yeah, there's some weird samples in this sample bank. That's ooh, it's plastic. Anyways, woo! That was a lot of excitement. how about we get into a real 303? Because, if you guys follow the TB-303, you'll know that nothing in the galaxy sounds quite like a real 303. Unless you're talking about a wild tiger. They often growl with that deep sound. Check it out. Let's see. I like to jump in what I call wild style. Play you some of the patterns from last week. Let's see how it sounds. Ooh. What do you think of that? Might need a little volume, I think. And I got this scratchy volume pot here, so watch your ears. Trying to boost the... maybe I did turn it up in Ableton. Oh, yeah. Wow. Okay, so what do you think? Maybe we should make some patterns today. We usually make a lot of patterns on this thing. It's famous for being difficult to work with, but it sounds so good that you can't not try it. Looks like we got a blank pattern there. Well, that's a great place to start. We're in write mode. That's the right mode if you're trying to make a new pattern. Oftentimes, when you clear a pattern, it has the same pitch data as the pattern before. Woo! Okay, so let's set the pitches. Just do some straight across. I'm going to show you how freaky this machine can get. So that sounds pretty freaky as is. But there's these things called accents and slides, and you know me, I'm a scientist, so I'm going to let it slide here. Just kidding, guys. I'm trying to... Well, I'll pull out the Joker here in a minute, because he's the mascot of acid, and this machine here, although it's like Silver Surfer's Silver Surf board, is also the mascot of acid. Okay. Oh, it's been a week. Did I forget how to do it? Let's see. Okay. You got to go into... Yeah, I was in time mode. Okay, so pitch mode. We'll show you all the pitches. So let's get back into pitch mode. It is a little bit low. Let me turn this volume up for ya. How's that sound? Ooh. Stuck in pitch mode. Interesting. So maybe it's just not sounding as loud as I want it to. Oh, there we go. Once again, welcome to my studio session. It's Monosynth Monday. It's all about the TB-303. We'll get this thing synced up to some drum machines in a bit and put a nice hefty kick drum underneath it. All right, so what's going on with this pattern here? It sounds like it's lost some of its hits. So we'll just put all those back in. All right, let's get into pitch mode and add something a little more interesting. Let's see if we got to those. Okay, let's try that again here. Going for some Nightmare Before Christmas vibes. All right, right, so what's a good pattern without some slides and accents? Let's put this one as low. Slide. Let's go up with the accent. Let it slide some more. Whoa, what a monster. There you go. All right, so another thing, you can chain up patterns and write them. I just want to make sure I got all these patterns with 16 steps. So I do a lot of freaky polymeters on this machine, and it's tough to know if they're all going to line up. Okay. So you should be able to... Actually, these two patterns here are pretty nice. All right, so if I only had this pattern going on 3 and 4, then it might be kind of cool. Let's see. So it's going just... So let's do time mode for all of those. That'll be 2 patterns chained up, please. There we go. And then I think on the pitch mode, it's... You know, that's the thing about this machine. It's so hard to work with that a lot of times you just want to fumble through it randomly, and you're panning for gold, or silver in this case, right? Looking for magic. Yeah. All right, so let's see if we can have a happy pattern chain here. We're looking for something that can play for a little bit of time before we get sick of it, you know? Oh yeah, we got a party in the chat room. Get in the chat. Say hello. Let us know where you're from. Ooh, happy Monday. It's a Monday party. I know you need it. Ooh. There we go. Ken says they love the screaming sound of the 303. Who doesn't? Yeah, that's why I'm doing this. That's why I do this for ya. Oh, we're missing somebody in the chat today. It's Kiara. She's in Lisbon, and let's all just take a quick moment to send our thoughts and prayers to Spain, Portugal, and any people, persons, or places on the planet that may need a little bit of extra energetic assistance. We're hoping everyone's doing okay, especially Kiara. She loves being in the chat room, and I know you love being in the chat room too. Let's make this machine run before Freaky Teddy comes out with the mail. Oh, Freaky Teddy, where you been? It's been a while. Yeah, Freaky Teddy, man, it's crazy. Here, let's give you a preview real quick. Freaky Teddy, I'm gonna make a star out of you. Ooh, that's from Freaky Teddy to Electric Archaic. Oh, I've been waiting a long time for this package. It came from Italy. Anyways, we'll talk to you in a moment, Freaky Teddy. Right now, we're talking about the 303. Come on, let's have some more acid. Woo. All right, well, that pattern's pretty cool. Let's see if we can get some more patterns going. What are we on? We're on pattern group 3, or I guess it's 2. These things are so... I swear, this machine is so ridiculous. It's so confusing. but it's my favorite machine, and it's my favorite sound. Let's get into time mode. I do this thing all the time, where I do a step and two steps and a tie. Let's see how. Ooh. Oh yeah. Okay, that's a winner pattern right there. Let's see what else we got. It sounds like all these patterns are blank. Long boy pattern. That's nice for sample banks. Oh, and it's not going to replay. Let's try that again. Whoa, wow, whoa, wild tiger. Didgeridoo. Holy mackerel, moly, cannoli. Oh, okay, enough. Sometimes my 303 spits back like a wild cat. Okay, we got an empty pattern here. Let's do that standard thing and just hit random random buttons here. Okay. Whoa. Hope you're all having a fun time with me here on Mono Synth Monday. Give me a like and subscribe. I'll be here all year. Wow. Not sure how long that pattern is. Again, like I said, I do a lot of polymeters with this. Let's count them out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Oh, even more? Wait. Oh, I was in pitch mode. Okay, let's try again. Time mode. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Is it 15 or 16? So my 303, it's from 1982. And the switches, as you can tell, they get a little sticky. Sometimes they double fire, sometimes they don't fire at all. Whoa, we got Kiera in the chat. Hey, did your power get back on? Let us know. What's the situation look like on the ground in Lisbon? Shout outs to Lisbon. Everyone give Kiera a big heart in the chat room. She says in classic fashion, I'm late for a very important date. Hey, I'm glad you think that my show is so important. I put a lot of work into it, so definitely like and subscribe. I know you're subscribed, Kiara, but everyone else who loves acid sound and 303s, you gotta follow me. I'm gonna be pushing this machine to its maximum limits every single time I open it up. Let's put some accents and some slides on that because I kind of like that melody. You gotta go into pitch mode. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Let's start with a low note with an accent coming out strong with that pattern. Let's go slide up way high, slide way back down low with an accent. I'll tune that down a little bit for you. Oh man, see that? Oh, is it time for Freaky Teddy to open up our mail? Let's finish working on this pattern first. But yes, I do have the dreaded switch problem, and I've been working up the confidence to open up my 303 on a Workshop Wednesday. Hey, maybe I'll open it up this Wednesday. I got Workshop Wednesday this week. I'm going to do, we got today, it's Monosynth Monday. We got Tape Tuesday, that's tomorrow. That's going to be really cool. I thought, I'll save all of those special surprises for you. And on Wednesday, it's going to be Workshop Wednesday. I got some Eurorack modules. I got the 606 that, my 606 is on the fritz. So we've opened that up already. As a matter of fact, I'd like to show you guys. Those of you who know, this is my 606. You can hear it in some of my productions. Yeah, you can find me on all streaming platforms. It's Electric Archaic, but that is what... Oh, boy. So, yeah, we were testing it out on my 606 first because the hi-hats are not happy. They're on the fritz here. Everything else seems to be in good working condition, but, yeah, it's a little bit scary working on an extremely rare, extremely old piece of electronics history. The 303 is indeed very rare. And something I noticed here when we were unboxing it, these screws were missing. So someone had tampered with this 606 before we opened it up on Workshop Wednesday. That was a few weeks ago. We're going to open it up even more this Wednesday. So again, give me a subscribe if you're interested in that sort of thing. Okay, so let's see how that turned out. Ooh, wow, that's sounding extra freaky today. Yeah. Wow, okay. All right, so yeah, I like to create up a nice bank of patterns here, and then we put the drum machines on for a little bit of a acid tech jam. Whoa! Might be a good time for Freaky Teddy. Package number 1. Yeah, it looks like Freaky Teddy has 3 packages for me and my 303. Let's get Freaky Teddy out here. Oh, I need to have one of those crazy cassette tapes. We discovered the voice for Freaky Teddy. It's a really kind of high-pitched reversed. So just imagine that in your mind. Maybe we'll do some work on that on a Tape Tuesday near you. Okay, thanks for this, Teddy. I'm sure it's relevant. Yeah, you've heard me talk about it a lot of times. Let's just be careful here. You always got to be careful. I get so excited when I'm live streaming for everyone that I go a little bit fast. But, you know, when you're opening up the mail, you got to be careful. Especially when it's vintage craziness. Okay, check it out. Ooh. Let's see here. Vintage synth parts. What could it be? Whatever could it be? So, yeah, I have been waiting for these for weeks, coming from Italy. Look. Oh my gosh. This is an historic moment. Oh, I wish you could see that. Here, let's switch over to the color cam. They got this nice blue hue to them. And let's count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. Yeah, welcome to my dodgy Sesame Street counting show where we got freaky animals and we count things like switches and pattern steps. Anyways, thank you so much, Teddy. You say, you're welcome. Oh, wow. Can it get any weirder? I bet it can. But we'll keep it pretty normal for you. So, I am excited that I got these switches. These are they're top quality from Italy. They're kind of hard to find, these switches. I don't know why. It just seems like it's kind of a bit of a normal push button. Anyways, it's got that dreaded polystyrene, so I'm not going to try to make too much of a mess out of that. So when you see these things happen, like, I know this one here. See that? I'm pushing this button. A lot of times it doesn't even fire, and that's because they have this little metal disc inside of there. And at some point, I'm not sure if it's glue or if it deforms, but they go bad. And so, it's a little bit scary. I'm going to have to open up my 303 because although it sounds fantastic, the switches are on the fritz. This 4/4 switch here is particularly bad. But it sucks because when I'm making patterns and I count out, this switch isn't very good either, and I can never count the right number of beats in the pattern. So I could do a bit of a hybrid approach here and only replace switches that are very bad, but That's not the right thing to do. I think we're going to replace all the switches at once, being extremely careful. I'll play my song, Technophobia. Yeah, you can find that on all streaming platforms. Oh boy, are you scared of tech? A little bit. Are you scared of tech? No, because I got your support and we're going to do it on a live stream. That might be next week on Workshop Wednesday, unless I get a wild hair somewhere and decide to do it this week. Thanks, Freaky Teddy. Oh, what's that? You got more mail? This one's a little more interesting. Let's open this next package up. Yeah. All right. Maybe I'll play a song for you when I'm opening this up. This one is called Chronicle Transitor. This is from one of my old albums. We're talking about 2003 here. Yeah, I've been doing it for a while. It's using Rebirth. It's a digital 303, 808, and 909 emulation. This one is Chronicle Transitor by Electric Archaic. We got one more piece of mail. All right. This one is really cool. You know me, I'm always looking on eBay for something freaky. Shout out to the chat room. I love you all in the chat. It's so fun to see you having a nice time. Okay, whatever could it be? Oh, this is going to be so cool. Look at this. Yeah. Okay, how cool is this? So, it is an authentic Roland advertisement from an old 80s magazine, and I think it's got something on the other side. It wasn't shown in the picture, but let's see what the other side is. Hopefully it's nothing naughty. Maybe I'll check before. No, it's oh gosh, that's just as cool. Freaking Korg Poly 6. Hey. Look at me. I'm not sponsored by these companies, but I sure do love them. We got Roland and we got Korg. Look at this, Korg Poly 6 with a crazy light show. How cool. Yeah, but that was the main feature right there. Look at this. I'll have to read you something from it. Ooh, let's get those lights on the 303. How cool is that? Sorry about the glare there.
Thank you, Teddy. Ring the mail.
All right. I gotta be careful with this thing. That's so funny. The Korg Poly 6 ad got beat out on eBay by the TB-303. I've never played with a Korg Poly 6. I'd like to get my hands on everything vintage, synthesizer related from the 80s. Okay, yeah, so this is cool. I'm going to definitely frame this. I remember in the early 2000s, right around the time I made this song playing in the background, I was obsessed with the history of these old Roland machines. Especially this one right here. Oh, look, I got one! Yeah. This is really cool. Roland. The Pro Form series. Look at this. We got some mail today. It's Mono Synth Monday. Thank you all for joining me. Oh man, we got some serious jokes happening in the chat room. I remember I made this weird outro in Pro Tools after making the song in Reason with Rebirth using Rewire and Recycle. I'm sure everything Propellerhead, Reason, Recycle, Rebirth, that was my mainstay in the early 2000s when I was trying to become a trance master in the realm of trance dance. We're talking about trance, we're talking about acid house, we're talking about techno, and we're talking mainly about the TB-303. Now, I want to read you some of this because I think it's really, really cool. So this is something that not a lot of people talk about, and I really was kind of a stranger to it myself, but you got on this advertisement here, Roland talking about its Pro Form series. Can you see that? Pro Form series. And I don't know if it's just the 303 and the 606 that were a part of this Pro Form series, but it's really cool because, well, let's just read what Roland had to say. And you got to love the neon electricity coming out of this guy's hand here. That's how I feel a lot of the times here. Check it out. Anyways, so Roland says, the new Roland Proform series is a group of interrelated products, each providing a specific musical function, like individual members of a band. Each of the Proform products can sync with others in the series to produce a totally programmable musical performance. I love it, Roland. I love it. Let's continue. The first of the products in the Proform series are the TR-606 Dramatics and the TB-303 bassline. And I think it's safe to say that those were the first and the last because they weren't a big hit. I know the 606 was a slightly bigger hit than the 303, but as you've seen on my show, it's very hard to work with. And that's even when you're trying to make random sounds. We could continue reading some of this here if you'd like, but let's skip the 606 section because, my 606 is on the fritz. All right. I'll stop saying it. I say that too many times every show, but it rhymes and I love it. As the dramatics is to drums, the TB-303 is to the bass, a fully programmable bass synthesizer sequencer. I think there's a slash in it. There's a little purple slash in between. Bass synthesizer / sequencer. The remarkable stable synthesizer section. Well, that's a lot of S words there. Features full voice flexibility with dual waveforms and controls for tuning, VCF cutoff, the favorite. Wow. Cutoff, resonance, envelope modulation, and decay. The programmable accent and slide functions bring true bass technique capabilities to the TB-303. It never, ever, ever sounded like a true bass. But I think we're all pretty happy it didn't because it's one of the most iconic, freaky sounds that this planet has conjured up. Woo, that was a lot of excitement. But I am kind of sad that they didn't come out with more. It was such a flop. Nobody wanted to replace their bass player with this little silver surfboard. Yeah. And then they ended up in second. It just, oh boy. I have this dark thought sometimes when it's more of a question to the how many. Oh man, it's so sad. I wonder out of the, I think, was it 10,000 that they produced? I've heard varying numbers, but let's say 10,000. Out of the 10,000 TB-303s that Roland produced in the 80s, in the early 80s, how many of them ended up in landfills. Oh, I know. It's a painful thought. But you know what? It's not painful. This one is alive and well. Although it needs new switches. Oh, I got the track muted. Anyways, let's get back into the 303. Let's hear how... Oh, man, this is so funny. Bringing true bass technique capabilities to the TB-303. Oh, wow. Yeah, that's definitely going to get framed. I'm going to put it right up here for Monosynth Monday. Anyways, let's get back into this. Yes, that's my TB-303 sample bank playing, doing some weird plastic on the Korg Volca sample. Wow, but that's not what we were trying to play. Let's just stop that a bit. Okay. True bass capabilities. Yeah. Ooh, we got Hen in the chat saying they had a poster from the TB-303, a German techno magazine called Raveline in the 90s on the wall. That's freaking awesome. I'm just catching up on the chat here. There's sometimes I feel like I miss out on all the excitement because I'm trying to run a show for y'all. Ooh, yeah. There we go. Okay, let's see what kind of patterns we have here. Yeah. Didn't get a deal, but they estimated 360 on the low end. What are we talking about? Picture me, Roland. That's right. That's me. Let's keep it rolling. Deal on the framing. Okay. Anyways, that's enough chat room for me. Ooh, I like that. Let's drop it way down. I swear this 303 is magic. Treat me good, baby. I'm gonna put new switches in you so that you can bump like a picture me Roland with new switches. Get it, lowriders and let's see. I think I'm getting so distracted here, but yeah, it's a live stream. Oh man. Ooh. Somebody sample that. Oh my goodness. We got one shoe and then you drop the other shoe, my friend. Okay. Those are just single hits. Let's see if we can chain them up. Do some time mode freakiness again. Right on. Hey. I'm back. That was weird. There's so many distractions, I can't even keep track of my own studio session. You guys want to hear the... Those of you who missed the beginning of the show, I can just play it for you. Replay. Wild style. Let's mess with the tempo. Wow. Okay. Well, yeah. Let's see here. What are we doing? We're making some patterns because when I plug in the drum machines, we better have some fresh patterns to play. Oh man. Is it worthy? Are these patterns worthy? I think they're a weird polymeter going on there. Maybe, let's see. Okay, Okay, that one's got to be a polymeter. Let's try to reset it. So the trick for that is you gotta be in write mode, of course, and then you gotta have your pattern selected and you hit bar. And this switch, I know, needs to be replaced. But if you hold the bar down and you go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, you should hopefully have 16 steps. A lot of times I think it goes over and then it gives you 3, but let's count. 1, 2, up, see? Okay, well, I have the new switches, and they're top quality from Italy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. I was doing this when I was making the TB-303 sample bank volume 1 the other day, and I could not get the patterns to be the right length for the life of me. I think since I've been using this 303 quite a bit on these Mono Synth Monday episodes, some of these switches have gotten a little bit worse. So yeah, in really good timing, thanks Freaky Teddy for bringing in the mail, because we can get Technophobia, open this puppy up, see what kind of weirdness is inside here. I haven't opened up this 303 yet. It's a little scary. Sounds so good, but it does need a little bit of help. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Oh, is it 15? See, you never know if it's double firing. I don't think that's 16 steps. How would I know? How would I know? You can just do this again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Okay, it's 16 steps. Amazing. Let's change the pitches here. Ooh, that might be fun. Yeah, that's a good ravey pattern. Thanks to everyone in the chat. I appreciate all of you guys' praises. Glad you like my music. All right. So, okay. Yeah, that's going to be great. Let's see about this pattern if they go well together. Because if you can chain them, then you get a little bit longer pattern. You know what I mean? Those two might play friendly. Let's chain them right now and see. Not exactly, but that'll probably do. Anyways, oh boy, I'm getting all cross-eyed here. All right, so I wanted to add some accents to this one. That one here. Slide. Let's hear how that sounds. Yeah. All right. Well, what do you say? Should we get these things synced up? I got to plug my DIN sync in. Where are you? Okay. Yep. Once again, shout out to the Roland Sync Box SBX10. I got it with this 303. It's styled like a 909 because the 909, I think, is the first drum machine Roland did with MIDI. And so it'll help you sync your older Roland equipment with your newer Roland equipment, even though the 909 is pretty old itself. This was back in the day. Okay. Yeah, I also say that quite a lot, too. Back in the day. Oh, right. That's a lot of craziness going on there. Let's find those 303 samples and mute them for just a second. I got a freaky snare here. Shout out once again to all my usuals in the chat. I love seeing all you guys. How was your week? Did you get some sunshine? Did you get some vitamin D the natural way? Did you see some happy flowers? Oh, now here I come in. Here comes Bill Alexander. Now you have yourself a happy snare drum. Let's work on the snare drum a little bit. It's got a bit of a kind of a, I don't know where that, oh, the phase is coming from, some sort of envelope tweaking here. I like that. I'm digging that snare. Oh, I made the dreaded mistake. I left my 303 in write mode. Oh no. Just got to switch that into play mode so that we can have freedom across all 303 patterns. Let's try this again. Yeah, we got Dion in the chat. The captain is in the house. Aye, aye, captain. He says, not the right mode. Yeah, sometimes right mode is not the right mode. Gotta hear that accent going crazy. Pow, pow. Ooh, yeah. Let's get some hefty bass. Oh, yeah. Can you feel that? Let's hear what we got here for samples. Let's mess around with these. These are TB-303 samples from my sample bank. Ooh, yeah. Now we're jamming. Holy crap. Yikes. Okay. That's too much. It's too much. Here we go. Okay. What happened to this little sample here? Ooh, yeah. I like that deep acid sound. Come on. All right, like I said, these are on the sampler. We're playing samples from my TB-303 sample bank. And there's a lot of weird things you can do with samplers. That sounds good. I could just roll with that for a bit. We got Hen in the chat saying they think that plants must love the sound of the 303. I know they love classical music. I'm not so sure if plants like techno, but hey, anyone who talks to plants, let us know. Freaking out with it. a good pattern. Good. You guys are so funny in the chat. Kiera, it's got what plants crave. Electrolytes, electronic music, it's got what plants crave. Yeah. So plants must love electronic music then, if it's got electrolytes. If anyone doesn't know where that joke's coming from, it's coming from the movie Idiocracy, which we clearly seem to be living in these days. No more comment on that, but it's kind of what the plants need. All right, let's try a new pattern here. That is like one of the most standard 303 patterns on the planet. Octaves, my friends. Octaves. It sounds like the other pattern. Oh, man. One, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. Also the same pattern. Yikes. You know it's freeform on the live stream. I'm sure happy to have everyone here. Give me a like and subscribe if you're having a fun time. I got Tape Tuesday tomorrow. That's going to be really fun. We're going to make some more tape loops. I'm going to mess around with one of my machines. It's a 3-head tape machine. We're going to try to make it work as a DIY tape echo. I've gotten it to work before, but there's some strangeness with it. So, hey, if you're up for some strangeness on the live stream, there it is. No. Oh, yeah, let's go for that low feeling. Should we get back on the sampler? Yeah, I think we can do some more samples. Yeah, we got Mono Snack in the chat. Hey, are you talking about mono synths? I hope you're enjoying this mono synth snack today. They're talking about Superfilm Idiocracy. Idiocracy is more actual than ever. Yeah, oh boy. It was funny when it came out, and now it's... Is it funny? Let's focus on my 303. Is it plastic? It's... All right. Yeah, what I mean when I say, is it plastic? It sounds like you're rubbing two balloons together. Or taking a bubble bath with the Joker. I like that. It's my favorite machine. It's my favorite sound. Let's try a different pattern bank here. I know I got some good patterns from previous weeks. We gotta wear out all these patterns before I take this thing apart, because those of you who know, once you pull the batteries out of a 303, it scrambles all of the pattern data. You gotta start from scratch. Woo! That was a fun jam. We'll come back and do some more jams here before we're done. Nice. Give me a like and subscribe. Wow, I've been having a lot of fun here with you. I want to mess around a little bit more with these 303 samples. Like I've said before, I got a brand new TB-303 sample bank out. And, well, pretty fun to work with. It's nothing like a real 303, you gotta admit, but it's also a fraction of the price. Check it out. Links in the description if you're interested in a sample banks. I make all sorts of ones, but my newest one is this 303 one. Okay, let's unmute the channel here. Yeah, it sounds just like it, right? Because it's from this machine. All right, so a lot of cool samples here. I'm gonna find one that's gonna be fun to. Ooh. Yeah, let's work with that one because it has that kind of hard-hitting acid accent there. And I can show you when you adjust the start point of these samples. Kind of sounds like you're tweaking the knobs on a 303. And because the samples are made from a real 303, you know, I think you can make some cool music with it. Let's get into step mode here. Oh, we got some steps. Let's reset these. Let's just do like a 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And maybe solve 4 there. Looks like there's some weird pitch data from before. I think you can clear that by doing the clear motion sequence. There we go. So you can change the decay of that, shorten it up a little bit. Listen to that. Now you got yourself a 303. Once again, there's a software modification that you can install. Hey, I'm not responsible if you brick your machine. But listen, if you have a Volca sample, the first version, this is the second version, and the reason how you can tell is I've got this gray border around it and black knobs here. I think the other one had gray knobs and a white border. This is a Volca sample 2. You cannot install I think it's called PayGen software update. I was hoping that I could get that going because I could run on the key steps some arpeggiations for you, but I don't have that today. So maybe next week I'll get some more sample magic for you. But there's this way you can change the pitches, of course. A little tricky. It's like a Vulcan pinch. What is that? A mind meld pinch? I have to do that to my machines every now and then. So I'll show you that. So if you grab one of these steps, and you got to do the Vulcan, and you hit function, then you can change the note, the pitch on it. And it helps if you have it playing so you can hear what you're doing. That sounds kind of cool. So let's see. I just wanted to see if I can figure out what note that was. Yeah, I think it was -3. Okay, that sounds great. So let's make a couple more of these. A -3 note. I'm just trying to show you how to make a kind of a sampler style 303 pattern here. Sounded pretty good to me, I think. A little bit of a happy pattern. Let's turn this BPM up a bit. Get some happy hardcore. Okay, so if you tweak these sample knobs like you're on a 303, what do you think about that? Yeah, so I think it sounds pretty cool. I think it sounds pretty great. You can also load numerous ones. So let's see what sample that was. That was in my current sampler. That's sample 82. Shout out to 1982. We love you. Got a hi-hat. Let's go up to sample 82 here. See, these are those great samples. Harmless self-promotion, right? So yeah, let's see. Step mode here. What do you got? This on the off notes. I think we can do it. Let's see how that sounds. Wow, it's crazy. But you know the drill. You gotta be tweaking those knobs, make it sound like acid. Let's change up the sample here a little bit. That doesn't sound like a 303 at all. But that's the cool thing about samples is you can really tweak them. Whoa, drop the other shoe. Wow, there it is. There we go. Let's get some bleep loop sounds. Let's mess with this kick drum here. Loud. I'm just going crazy for ya. Yeah, that sample 82 is really the winner, isn't it? I'm gonna be making some more sample banks of my 303. Definitely check me out. Stay subscribed for that. Well. That was a lot of fun. That was a lot of excitement. What should we do now? Should we make some more patterns on my real 303? Let's see. I'm going to pull the DIN sync. Oh. There we go. That's cool. Maybe let's hear that with a kick drum, yeah? As usual, it's a bit of a freeform studio style live stream that I put together for everyone here. Okay, so let's get into, we're in play mode. Let's do some jams. Oh man, I hope we got some good patterns in here because you never know. Life is like a box of 303 patterns. You never know what you're going to get. See what we can do. Yeah. All right. Let's see on the drum machine. Well, it's a sampler. So we got the kick. I wish it had a probability. Again, that page-in software update that you can get for the Volca Sample 1, it does have probabilities on it, which would be really cool. If I want to do some probability stuff, I'll pull out my Polyend mini tracker, and we had a look at that last week. We're playing some of my TB-303 samples on that. It sounded pretty freaky. Switch it over to square tooth. Yeah. Square wave. Ooh, yeah, it's really screaming for us now. Hey, that's kind of a cool pattern. Yeah. Let's see what we got all the way up in a different pattern bank. Oh no. Well, it ain't Mono Synth Monday without some rubbish patterns. I think that's actually a pattern for making samples. See if that plays friendly with any of these here. Space Invaders. Here we go. Oh man, I could just run, keep it rolling. Yeah, we're doing that. I could just run this 303 all day and all night. Freaky patterns, yeah. I really like that one. Whoa. No promises, no promises, baby. Oh boy, that's really plastic there. What do you think? Should we make a new pattern? We need some new patterns here. We've heard a lot of these before. All right, all right, all right. Oh, look at that. My streaming mixer's on the fritz. Oh no, what'd I do? Too much craziness. Here we go. Don't worry about it too much, you know? Sometimes things just want to freak out. And that's, if you've heard my song, I Love My 303, I say, just freak out with it. Just freak out. Maybe we should pull out the TR09. It's always sounding good with a 303. Okay, let's see about some fresh patterns here. We can ride over that one. Can ride over that one as well. Oh yeah. These all sound similar. Now this one is it's got a bit of a polymeter, so let's try that thing out where we reset it to a nice 16-step pattern. And yeah, you know, that's a vintage 303, so you never know if the switches are gonna do what you tell them to, but we can try. So you got to do this. Got to get into right mode. You got to hit this bar or function. I think it's bar. Tells you. Okay. Whoa. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. The faster you do it, the less likely it is to work. No, I'm just kidding. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Oh, see? I don't know. That does sound like 16 steps, though. So a lot of the times when I try to verify that it's 16, after I do the bar set and then I go to time mode and I put the steps in, sometimes it double fires. So it is actually 16, even though it doesn't look like it. I promise, I watched my Sesame Street growing up. I know how to count. My 303, yeah, it's computer controlled. You know, it knows how to count. It's just the switches are on the fritz. But hey, we got some new ones. We're going to open up this 303 on a workshop Wednesday and resolder those. And oh boy, I'm a little bit scared to do that because this is my favorite machine. It's my favorite sound. It's the most dear. The most dear here. Okay, let's reset these pitches. All right. Wow, that sounds fantastic. But, you know, we got to add some accents. Let's start with a real low one with an accent. Come in, just boom, hit them. Let's go up high with a slide. Let that one slide. Let it slide without a slide. Yeah, you just got to go a bit random with it. That's how you make a 303 run when you don't have infinite time. Again, that's one of the reasons why this was a flop, is that people were actually trying to program bass lines for songs they were writing, and it was just a massive pain. And then those crazy cats in the late 80s said, yeah, tweak those knobs, and an acid house was born. Oh yeah, that's a great one pattern. Okay, we'll leave that as is. Let's try this next one. Actually, just like that one. We'll leave it. We got Liz in the chat asking, do we just get only hands or do we get some face? Yeah, I got this Feedback Friday. Subscribe for ya on Friday. we're going to be doing some feedback loops on my face. And if you really, really want to preview, hello, here I am. No, we're going to be talking about analog video signal chains on my show, Feedback Friday. We're going to do some feedback loops. I'm going to tell you what that means. And we'll get my third video signal going because, as you can see, I got two here. Usually a bit of a drum machine, the 303. On Tape Tuesday, it's 2 tape machines or some tape loop workshop stuff. And yeah, it's a lot to manage, I tell you. Let's take a breather here and just talk about my live stream. I'm doing VHS cameras going into all sorts of crazy analog video mixers and color processors. Then it goes into a very old and expensive Elgato video capture, and then they're going into also a very old Mac Mini stack. I like to call it Stack Mini. I got 3 of them here, but only 2 of them are running today. And after that, then it goes into my digital streaming mixer, and then it goes on to the global stage, live stream on YouTube. Yeah, so the face. I'm not shy. I'm not shying away from you. It's a lot of excitement. And sometimes, my machines, they don't exactly mind. So I hope you don't mind. It's just my hands, man. Let's make some new patterns here. All right, so let's try this out. Okay, we're going random. What do you think about that one? Rubbish. You can sometimes fix a rubbish pattern by adding accents and slides, but we're just going to redo that one here. Yeah, see, don't fight the rubbish patterns, just redo them. I like that pattern, but you gotta go with all the spice you can add to it. Gotta add some slides, some octaves. Oh, I did a bad thing there. Oh man, it's totally... You can't have both of these on at the same time. I rarely make that mistake, but I think it's funny because the 303 says that it's doing both an octave down and an octave up, and I don't know if it actually processes it or if it... Let's fix it, because it hurts my programmer brain. Yeah, I used to be a programmer, but now I just am a fumbler of 303 patterns. Here we go. Oh yeah, that's gonna be sweet! Yeah, we got Plastic Ivory back in the chat saying, back again, let's get funky. Oh, where you been getting funky? Welcome back, Plastic Ivory. Hey, is it plastic? Let's put it on Sawtooth for ya. That is the most plastic I can give you. I make this joke a lot that if you find me outside of the studio, I'm a real organic hippie. You gotta, nature knows best. But when you find me in the studio, I'm always talking about more acid, more plastic. And hey, we got a lot of plastic on this pattern right here, don't we? Shoutouts to Kriya in the chat. Sounding good today. Thanks, mate. You know what would make it sound better? If you give me a moment. Let's do the 909 upgrade here. Let's shut down the Korg. Thanks, Korg. I'll play you a little bit of a song while I'm getting this set up here. I got a couple tunes queued up for ya, like I normally do. Right on. Let's see what we got. Oh, so yeah, at the beginning of the show, I played you EC4, which is essentially the Digital Bullshit remix. You can definitely listen back to that after the show is over, but stay on the live stream right now. I'm going to play you Digital Bullshit, the original mix. This is, by Electric Archaic. Yours truly, Digital Bullshit. Circa, I think this was 2003 I made this song. With Rebirth, it's an old Digital 303 emulator. Check it out. All right. Lot of machines here. Let's go for that 909. Got Kiara in the chat asking, if I ever going to play Cotton Candy, the title track of our forthcoming album. Hey, I could fish it out. I think I got to bounce somewhere. I'm not sure if it's mastered. Oh, you're putting the pressure on. Why don't I make that a feature for tomorrow, yeah? Because there's no 303s in that song. That's why I don't think about it. We got Dion in the chat saying, I'm actually a hand model for my real job. Right? That's where I make the big bucks. Now this song is cool because in addition to using Rebirth for some of those 303s, I'm using 303 samples. Come on, let me do some more harmless self-promotion. I got sample banks. The link is in the description. Pick them up if you want to make weird tunes, yeah? That one is Digital Bullshit by yours truly. That's a really, really old song. I was in the chat room. Well, I guess they were kind of chat rooms, more like blogs back then. Everyone was talking about how analog is the only way. And I was just a kid, man. I was just in high school. I couldn't afford a 303 back in high school. So, I was trying to, I don't think I was trying to convince people that digital was better, but that's all I had. So I was just trying to convince people that, hey, my music is still good, even though I don't have all these analog synths you guys are talking about. They got synth envy. How are we doing in the chat? Oh man, it's bustling in the chat. All right, so let's see. I just plugged in my 909. I got to do a couple of... Ooh, sounding good. Here, let's do a quick beat for you. No, it's not even working. Pattern selection. Okay, so yeah, let's get a 303 back synced up. Nothing sounds better than a 303 with some 909. It's the one after 909. Actually, there was nothing after the 909 if we're talking about Roland machines. That's a funny thought. Okay, let's reset some of these knobs on my acid synth here. My silver surfboard. Hey, I think Freaky Teddy might have one more package, but should we save it for Workshop Wednesday or should we open it up here? Oh boy, we can do a little story time as well. I'm gonna have to break out the action figures. Okay, let's get these machines running here. If I remember correctly, you gotta do instrument select, and then you pop the pattern down, and let's make sure the kick drum. Oh, that's why I couldn't hear it earlier, is because the level was down. Yeah, but we're not even there. Okay, woo! All right, so what's happening here? We got the 303, that's for sure. Ooh, that's gonna be great with the kick drum. Where's my kick drum? Where could it be? I wanna hear ya. Yeah, what's going on? Okay, instrument select, kick, shift, pattern 1. Oh boy, okay, so holy moly, that's a hefty 909. Wow, okay, so let's see. Woo! Yeah, my 303 is sounding a little bit low on the volume today. Tried to boost that for you earlier, but it must be the distortion. After all these shows, the distortion it's distorted. Really brings out the noise. Vintage, these vintage synths, sometimes they can have some noise to them. Yeah, like I said, when you get me in the studio, I'm always talking about more acid, more plastic. Oh boy, that's some placid? This acid ain't placid, I'm telling you. That's some plastic acid there. Yeah. I made the classic mistake again. Or was it Roland's mistake? Not letting you switch from write mode into play mode while you're playing it. So yeah, I gotta stop this for just 1 second. Can you just give me a second? Because my brain is doing so many things. Here we go. Flip it into right mode. Let's change the color up too. What do you guys like? You want some light blue or some acid green? Where's the Joker? Hey, I got to show you something really quick here. And that'll lead into the last package we have for today. So when I was a kid, I was obsessed with Batman. Yeah, I was born in the late 80s. Check this out. I got my Joker action figure. From a long time ago, and why this is cool, because here he is sitting on this petrol machine, and for some reason, and I know this was in the 80s, they had the gas price at $3.03. Maybe they were projecting forward into the future, but I swear this thing, it doesn't have a year on it, but it's got 303. So to let you guys into my studio, I have my Joker, the acid mascot, and he's always sitting on top of the 303 acid dispenser here. What do you think of that? And that will, that'll be relevant when I unbox that last package. But hey, we're in the middle of a jam. Where'd the beat go? Let's bring it back, man. Got to reset the pattern. Have this Joker hang out right here. Yeah. Oh boy, there's my 303 mascot. Where did you get those wonderful toys? I'm talking about the 303, baby. Oh man, these patterns are rubbish! Yeah, I don't like any of those. That one's sick though. It's like Space Invaders. It's a space invasion of love coming to a planet near you. I already forgot what pattern group we were working in earlier, but we had some cool patterns there. Let's go back. Oh, there we go. Come on, we gotta make the Joker proud. Joker products. If you gotta go with a smile. Oh my gosh. I just rewatched Batman the other night. What a fantastic movie. Of course, you know I'm talking about the 1989 Batman. I like to quote it all the time. Where does he get those wonderful toys? Well, I think we've probably run out of patterns. Can always try a random group. Let's try a random group. Call that a test group. Yeah. Let's change some patterns up. sometimes they sound better when you got more. Not a big fan of that one. Let's see here. There we go. Oh boy. There we go. Yeah, it's the filter knob. That's the one. I'll be on live stream tomorrow, Plastic Ivory. It's Tape Tuesday. A little bit earlier, but those live streams seem to go for a long time. Thanks for joining us. Getting to the end of the show here anyway. We've run out of fresh patterns. Yep. It's Mono Synth Monday. Well, that was a lot of fun. Hey, Joker. So, in my quest to be fun, I got one more package, and Freaky Teddy's gonna bring it on in here. I kind of want to create these stories, right? You got the Joker; he's the acid master with his acid orchid. Watch out, watch me. But yeah, there might be some more mascots that we can pull together here for the 303. And I've hinted at this one a little bit. Just a little bit. Let's see. Okay, so if you were here earlier, we were a little bit sad because Kiara was not in the chat. And she's my chat master. She's basically my modulator. Modulator, yeah. Envelope modulation, chat moderation. Let's keep the jokes to a minimum now. a major minor minimum. I'm going to play you Kiara, major minor. This is the Electric Archaic remix. It does feature my real 303. I've played it here before, but I'm going to play it again because, you know, it's a great tune. And I'll talk to you. Whoa. Okay. Well, we got a lot of machines here. All right, so this is Major Minor by Kiara, the Electric Archaic remix. So, we all know, well, those of you who know. Kiara just had a birthday. We got a real April Aries here. And I gave her this cool action figure because I don't know what it is. These things are really cool and you can pick them up. I'm all about picking up vintage stuff. So these old action figures seem to fit in there. But you got the invisible woman. She was a bit invisible earlier because her internet was down. Shout out to Lisbon. I'm glad you guys got your power back on. Looks like it was a minor issue, not a major one. For Freaky Teddy's last delivery. And I swear that's relevant. We got Freaky Teddy. Oh, Teddy's got one more package for us. I should open up a toy shop. What the heck? Electric Archaics, vintage toys, and freaky findings. Thanks, Teddy. I will give Teddy a voice at some point in time. Woo! Let's see about opening this last package of .303, baby. Man, that 303 sounded good in this song. You can find this song on all streaming platforms. Kiera, major minor. She's out there. All right, are we ready for this? She's the Invisible Woman. This is funny. The Invisible Woman loves to vanish into thin air, and she's been known to go traveling all across the globe. She might be invisible to you, but she's certainly there for her. Here we go. Check it out. Ooh. It's a new mascot for the 303. It's Monosynth Monday, where it's all about the TB-303. I'm just going to try to be careful here. Yeah. Yep. Got to add this to my collection. So I've said often that the 303 is kind of like a silver surfboard. Yeah, I was hinting at that. But check this out. I found a great deal on a vintage. What is it? What could it be? That's the thing about unboxings. You never know how fast you can get it out of the packaging. And yes, I do recycle all of this plastic. I feel bad for... Oh boy. Check it out. So there's this really cool story about the Silver Surfer where he... Ooh, and it's a nice one too. Here we go. Where's my 303? Let's do a quick photo op here. We got the Fantastic Four for the 303. So there's this really cool story about the Silver Surfer came to Earth because if you don't know about the Silver Surfer, he would find planets for his master Galactus to devour. It's a really gnarly thought there. But in the spirit of saving the planet with music, which is what I'm trying to do, right? So this is my silver surfboard here. Because I got to have myself a nice little Silver Surfer avatar mascot. But as the story goes, when the Silver Surfer came to planet Earth, the Fantastic Four were on the job. They were on the scene. And it was people like the Invisible Woman and the Fantastic Four that showed the Silver Surfer that he could have nobility of his spirit again. And then he began to seek out his own path and fight his dark master Galactus to protect planet Earth. Now I want to give you guys a small little task. What can you do today, tomorrow, or Wednesday? What can you do to save this planet of ours? Oh, well, you know how it goes. I got my outro. And it goes a little something like this. I love you all, and I love this planet. And I know you love this 303, but really, I know you love this planet too. Once again, I've been Electric Archaic, and this has been Mono Synth Monday. Do I hear a bonus track? Bonus track in the chat? Yeah, Kiara wanted me to play Cotton Candy, but I don't have a mix of that ready yet. But you know what I do have? I got a track. It's actually the track that kind of built the whole album, Cotton Candy. It's forthcoming. Anyways, wow, this is Jelly Dancers by Kiara and Electric Archaic. Trying to get you into the mood here. The mood that we live on a beautiful planet filled with all sorts of cosmic curiosities. And remember, you got the power cosmic, baby. This is Jelly Dancers.
Gently dance, take me away. Inside of a minute. Gently dance, take my eye. Gently dance, take me away. Outside of last
That one is Jelly Dancers by Kiera and Electric Archaic. Well, that was a fun show today. I hope you all enjoyed it. Shout out to everyone in the chat. We got JJ Huggins. I love your music, my friend. We got Kiera. I also love her music. Guinevere, also music. We got Liz. We got Dion. We got Centripetal Periodicity. I can't say that. I'm so sorry. Also, one of my good friends and a musician. Gotta hear some of your music, man. Kriya, another musician. Plastic Ivory. I hope you're a musician. I don't know you. We got Hen. We got the usuals. We got Smoot with the 00. Oh, wow. That's been a lot of fun. Once again, I love you all and I love this planet. And just remember, you're the one. Catch me tomorrow. It's Tape Tuesday. Give me a like and subscribe. Do all the things. Oh. We'll see you next week for Mono Synth Monday.